Guys, I finally figured it out. I know why Incinaroar is trash! Okay, so I preface this by saying I know why Incinaroar is trash. Now, by all means, Incinaroar is not trash, but it's not the Pokemon that we were expecting. Now, many people have done videos on this when it initially was leaked. About how competitive it is, how good it is competitively, how it's not really, it's got a good Intimidate ability, which isn't released yet, but it's missing some very key dark moves. It's also missing some very key fighting moves for being a wrestler. That's its big secret, guys. Think of the other fire starters that we have that are based on fighters. Because we're going to think of this as a fighter, not as a dark type, and I'll explain that in a second. So, we have Blaziken, which is kind of Tybo, much more kicking. We have Infernape, which is very street fighting, cage match-esque, kind of able to do everything, fists, feet, can be special. It's got very good overall. And then we have Emboar, which is a very bulky, I don't want to say sumo-esque fighter, but similar to that. And then we had the Delphox, which is kind of a witch, not really a fighting type, so we're not going to talk about that. But now we have Incinaroar. Now, Incinaroar is not a fighting type, and I'm going to explain why. Incinaroar is a wrestler. Now, it's not a wrestler in the same sense that sumo wrestlers exist. It's a wrestler in the sense that wrestling is staged. Now, I know this because I did, I don't know this from that, but it's a performance wrestler. Now, I want to read out some information right off of Nintendo's website themselves about Incinaroar. That if a crowd is watching the battle, it will get pumped up and its spirit will burn brighter. But then if the crowd is lackluster, it will lose its focus and its fighting will be shoddy. Now, that's important. Very important, first of all, because what that's telling me is that it's not fighting for the sake to fight. It's not fighting to win. It is fighting to appeal to the crowd. Now, I just want to give a quick think. What else appeals to the crowd in something like that? A stage actor. Incinaroar is a stage actor wrestler, acting in the role of wrestler, and that is why it's not a fighting type, because it's not an actual fighter. This thing is the kind of wrestler you would see on, I want to say like WWE or something, where they have the big drama of, who slept with who. That's what Incinaroar is trying to do. Incinaroar wants the fame, it wants the glory. Now, let's just take a quick look at some of the moves it learns, and rather, some of the ones it doesn't learn. So again, like I said, it doesn't get knockoff. You would think, hey, why wouldn't a dark type get this move? Well, it doesn't get this move because it's not really accustomed to that. It's accustomed to acting. Looking at the dark type moves it actually does get, though. Fling. Everybody knows how to throw something. Look, I just did. What else does it get? It gets Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing is described as basically flailing about wildly. Look at that, guys! I'm Incinaroar! There's a little bit more to it than just that, though. It's missing some very key fighting moves. It gets Low Sweep, it gets Brick Break, it gets Focused Blast and Bulk Up. But really, the fighting moves that you would think this type of Pokemon that is described very much as a fighter would get, it does not get. It doesn't get High Jump Kick. It doesn't get Low Kick. It doesn't get Karate Chop. It doesn't get Power Up Punch. It doesn't get Seismic Toss, Superpower, Vacuum Wave, Wake Up Slap. It doesn't get any of these really signature fighting-esque moves. It doesn't get Close Combat. Brick Break really is learned by a lot of Pokemon, which makes me believe that it is a very common type of move that anyone would know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that that is why Incinaroar is a dark type and is missing some very key moves? Do you think that Nintendo is going much more into the lore with Generation 7 or even lately than they have in the past? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And if you like this, I will start analyzing other Pokemon as well for hidden secrets that they have in regards to typing, moves they have, they don't have, things like that. I've been Vampire 218, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!